Yo, what's good, man? This is your boy at DFS Mastermind _ over on Twitter. Thank you for clicking on the video. Today's date is officially December the 31st. Just got done wrapping up my NFL research, man. I'm ready to get this information out. I'm ready for kickoff to start. We got 11 hours, man. Y'all know what it is. Hopefully y'all boys got to the green line tonight. To be honest with you, I didn't, man. I did not get to the green line. Put up a very, very solid lineup. Scored 300 plus points. My biggest mistake, man. My lineup was slick perfect. The biggest difference, and the only reason I didn't get cash was I went Ben Simmons over AD or Kristaps Porzingis. And what's crazy, I had like 2 racks left to work with, but I was really stressing yesterday. If you listened to my video, I was really stressing setting my lineup and forgetting about it. I didn't want to make all these changes. I know a lot of people hopped on Shabazz Napier, which was a great move. Wound up with 45 points. I wanted to do the same, but I stayed down with Ricky Rubio and Tyler Johnson. Had wonderful days, man, and I didn't want to switch anything in my lineup. Ben Simmons had a very nice matchup. It just didn't fall through for your boy. And that was the reason I didn't get to the green line, man. Ben Simmons really let me down. Those 30 points between Simmons score and Porzingis and Anthony Davis score was a huge deal, man. A lot of people had those other 2 guys, and not a lot of people had Simmons, and, you know, it happens, man. It happens. But I trust in my process. I know what I'm doing, and I understand why I lost, man. I think that is a key reason of being able to play DFS, man. You got to realize when you was wrong about something, and you got to know why something didn't happen for you, man. Instead of just getting mad and saying, you know, I'm done with Ben Simmons the rest of the year, you just gotta go over it, man. You gotta review stuff. So I'm not mad. I'm in a pretty good mood, actually. Getting kind of tired. So I'm going to go ahead and get done with this video so I can get some Z's. I want to help y'all get to the green line in NFL tomorrow. And of course, I'll come back with my NBA video tomorrow. We got a nice little slate tomorrow. I was already looking at that. So, yeah, man, I'm going to hop into it. My top QB, hands down, no questions asked, is going to be Tom Brady. But before I give you all my picks, man, let me say this. Tomorrow, Week 17 is always a very fun slate to play. But you have to know your news, man. If you're not going to take the time to look at some news, please, right now, just cut off the video and don't play. You have to know some research, man, because we're going to have a lot of bodies sitting. You're going to see some names on a top score that you've never seen before. You have to do some research, man. Trust me. You have to do some research. A lot of backups will be in. You want to know teams that are fighting for playoff position. You want to know teams that are still trying to compete, fighting for spots in the playoffs as far as their position, if they're fighting for home field advantage. Those are very key components to Week 17. But Week 17s are always fun, man. So let's get into it now. My top QB is Tom Brady. No questions asked about it. They're still trying to get a dub. I look for Tom Brady to dominate tomorrow, man. Going up against the Jets. The Jets, they rank bottom half as far as slowing down QBs and wide receivers. I think it makes for a wonderful matchup. I really love Tom Brady. I want to go ahead and lock him in. Other QBs that I was eyeballing, I got a few of them for you. I would say Cam Newton in this situation. I think he's A-okay. I love Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford and Tom Brady were the closest to me. I was really trying to decide between those two, but you know, I really love Tom Brady in this spot. But Matthew Stafford is also in a good spot, and then Kirk Cousins, and that's pretty much where my list ends. But Tom Brady, hands over foot, my favorite QB. I want to go ahead and lock him up. Moving on to running back, we will have some chalky situations. We know Ty Gurley's not going to be early in. We could look at his backup, Malcolm Brown, I believe is his name. He should be in play. He's going to get the carries behind a good offensive line. I think he's in a good spot. But my top running back is going to be LaShawn McCoy, Shady, going to Miami, man, 8,200. I think he's in a very decent spot. He's one of those guys, man. He's super consistent. The Bills, their record is like 8-6, I believe, 8-7. And they can potentially make the playoffs, man. So they're gonna be at full strength. They're gonna really try to get a dub, man. And I think Shady McCoy is the engine on that offense. So I look for him to have a very explosive day. Absolutely in love with him. He is my favorite running back, hands down. I got a few value plays. I know my boy Derrick Henry for my Tennessee Titans. He should be chalked tomorrow. There's no DeMarco Murray in town, man. So the Titans are still fighting for the playoffs. Derrick Henry is going to get a tremendous workload. So he is definitely in play. Y'all know me. The way that I think, I always try to be a little contrarian. So I think I may fade Derrick Henry just because of his ownership percentage. And I'm going to go Bilal Powell. Same price tag. We know we have no Matt Forte in his backfield, so Bilal Powell should get the majority of the carries. I like him in a situation, and it makes for a little game stack action in my case because I'm so much in love with Tom Brady and this Pats offense. I don't mind running it back with a running back. Oh, I like the way that sounds. I don't mind running it back with a running back. I thought that was cool. But Bilal Powell, man, he's in a very good situation. And then my value running back is going to be Capri Bibbs. I think he's very much in play, especially if we get news that Samaje Perine is definitely out. I know he got hurt this week with a groin injury, so we don't know if he'll be 100% going into this week. So if we get any word that he's out, we can fire Bibbs up. Think he's in an excellent spot. And then we got James White. No Gillislee in this situation. I think James White could be very sneaky. So I want to look at those two guys. And that's where my running back list pretty much ends. We do have a ton of names I could mention, but like I said, I really want to stay focused on my player pool when I do these videos. Moving on to receiver, these guys at the top, all four of them, man, pick your favorite. They're all in good spots. I'm not going to talk about those guys. I'm going to go down a little more and get you Larry Fitzgerald, man. He's about as consistent as it gets going up against a banged-up Seattle defense. I think he's in a very, very solid spot. He is definitely one of my favorite wideouts for tomorrow. Moving down just a tad bit, Brandon Cooks, man, for a Tom Brady Cook stack, for a Pat stack. I like it, man. 7,400. I think he's in a very good spot going up against this Jets defense, who I just got done talking about, man. They struggle versus receivers and quarterbacks. So I'm going to give him a look. Think he's in a very good spot. I like Marvin Jones Jr. And then my top value guy is going to be this guy, Cooper. Pharrell Cooper, I don't know a ton about him. I really don't, man. But as you see right there in the comments, it says it says Woods, Watson, and Kupp will not play much, if any, this Sunday. So they're going to be down to their backup receivers. Cooper, I know he's been returning punts and kickoffs all year. Very explosive, has a ton of speed. Great ball carrier vision. And I'm sure he can catch a few passes, man. I think him getting this opportunity to get a extended amount of snaps, I think he's going to be in a very good spot going up against a weak San Francisco defense. So I look for Cooper as a very solid value play. That's a guy that I will be using. And I just gave you my list of wideouts. I gave you 4 guys. If you was listening, those are the guys that I will be using in all my lineups, man. So Let's get it, man. Hopefully you peeped them out, man. I'm gonna move on to tight end. To be honest with y'all, I'm staying right at the top with tight end. I want to get Gronk in there, man. I want to stack him with Tom Brady. Like I said, I'm really in love with this Pats offense tomorrow. I think it's gonna make out for a good game. And I just want to get a ton of exposure to this offense. They have the highest implied team total on the slate, so I think we could definitely look for Gronk to have a big day going up against this Jets defense. But besides big Gronk, I think Delaney Walker's in a pretty good spot. Vernon Davis has been playing his ass off. I think we could look at him. Last but not least, Eric Ebron, man. I think we could go back to him in the situation going up against Green Bay. Besides him, I really don't have anybody else. I don't want to go down here. I think we're starting to take too many chances once we go down here. So that's it, man. But those other guys I mentioned, they're super secondary because I am forcing Gronk in every single one of my lineups. If I don't have enough for Gronk, I will come off some of my receivers. And that's how it is for me tomorrow. As far as defense, I normally, if I don't really like a defense, I won't recommend them. But tomorrow I got the Tennessee Titans for you. My Tennessee Titans for you. I think they have to play really big to have any shot to winning this one, man. Our defense has been struggling a lot throughout the year, but we have very explosive players. We're trying to make it to the playoffs, man. So it's a home game. I think we're going to be fired up. Blake Bortles is prone. He's bound to make some mistakes, man. I know he's been gunslinging. He's been looking like he's Tom Brady, but it won't last, man. So I like this. It's a division matchup for both these teams. We know how the Jacksonville Jaguars play, and normally when we play each other, it's not high-scoring games, man. So that's another reason why I feel very comfortable running out the Titans defense. That's pretty much going to do it. Hopefully y'all found this video helpful. I would like to give a shout out to all my new subscribers. Thank you for tuning in to the channel. I hope you continue to follow. And I got to give a shout out to all my day ones out there, people that's been rocking with me, all my notification bell people, all y'all to hit that bell. I appreciate it. I appreciate every single like that y'all been putting on my videos, every comment. Man, I appreciate it, y'all. I'm about to get up out of here. I'm going to keep making these videos. If y'all keep watching, y'all bless up. Let's get to the green line.